All right, live at Cloud Expo. This is Roger Struckhoff with Cloud Expo TV. I'm sitting here with Chris Brown from Nutanix. It's been a great first day here. Welcome and thanks for participating and being here. And all day long, I've been hearing people screaming and hollering at your booth. So you're getting them excited about something. What's going on there? What are you doing here? And what are you up to?
Yeah, so one of the things that we do at pretty much every trade show we go to is have a in-booth theater, and our excellent MC Jeff Applebaum tries to get everyone excited. We raffle off for each one a Google Home Mini at this show, and we say the requirement is that not only do they have to have the winning raffle ticket, but they also need to show excitement when they win.
So there have been people showing excitement. I do notice you. Yeah, Jeff's very dynamic. And what's he getting him besides the prize? What's he getting him excited about?
Yeah, so besides the take home, we're really talking about three main things. So Nutanix has moved beyond just doing HCI, which is what we were known for, into making a whole bunch of multi-cloud management software. We see that people aren't they're no longer private or public or hybrid. They are multiple clouds. They are Azure, GCP, and AWS, and on-prem, and multiple. There's no or. It's multiple. So what we've tried to answer is, how do you manage that? How do you do security governance across it? How do you save cost across those clouds environments? How do you monitor applications that spread across them? So we've got three products there: Beam for governance and cost optimization. We've got Epoch for application monitoring across clouds. And then, of course, the product that is nearest to me, because I talk about it all the time, is Nutanix Com, which we talked a bit about last year, but it was right before we announced it, so it was a little, to be a little more cat and mouse there. But where Nutanix Com allows us to deploy and orchestrate workloads between clouds, between on-prem and private clouds, and between hypervisors. So those are, they're all built off of the core of the Nutanix HCI, but Beam and Epoch are delivered as SaaS services. And we've seen a huge uptick of people interested in that because they're looking for tools that allow them to optimize across clouds and monitor across clouds.
So what are your customers telling you the reasons that they've gone to multiple clouds? Are they trying to, the old not put all your eggs in one basket, or is there more to it than that?
So it really depends. There's been a few of, don't put all your eggs in one basket. About a year ago, actually, I was talking to one customer who was entirely in AWS, and they said, yeah, we're moving about half of it into Azure because we don't want to be all in one basket. But we also have a lot of customers have realized, oh, these multiple cloud things are already happening. Various teams have chosen a cloud and started using that. And so we need to figure out how to bring that back into control. So because, every week, every month, you hear about some new data leak or security leak because somebody left an S3 bucket unsecured or somebody. So how do you take that information and put IT policy against it? So we're seeing that as well. And the last thing we see is that really in IT, it's all about choices. There's never one true answer. You never find the perfect everything. Every job you do, like a tools in a toolbox, you want to pick up the right tool for the right job. And if you say, I'm going to use a hammer for everything, well then, good luck with when you have to screw something in. You don't want to limit yourself that way. And so they're adopting multi-cloud, not just because people are doing it, not just because they don't want all their eggs in one basket, but because each cloud has different tools that they bring to the table.
Yeah, this morning when I was talking, I mentioned that I found 750 different languages, 100 different frameworks, and dozens of different platforms, and I don't know how many there really are. But it's not because people are crazy. It's because everyone doing their project, well, they choose things for specific reasons.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you look at, why is Kubernetes so big now? It's because Google said, hey, let's build our own. We want to build something that's good for us. That's what the start there was. They wanted to build something that was good for them, and everyone else has customized around that and started standardizing on Kubernetes there. So there's never a single answer there, and there's always, you want to be able to pick up new tools. You don't want to choose tools based on policy. You want to choose it based on what's best for the situation, while still adhering to whatever your security or protection policies are. You want to be able to change those you want to be able to change the underlying pieces without losing the overarching HIPAA or PCI security.
Are you? Your company's clearly gaining a lot of knowledge from working with different customers. How do you sort of collect that knowledge or archive it or centralize it or leverage it, or to what degree are you able to use the knowledge you're getting from all customers to help new customers and all your customers?
Yeah, so there's a few things that we're doing there. Like one of the cool things about Calm, for example, is that the blueprints are just JSON. So we actually have a Git repository that we start putting all together so that one person does something, one solution architect does something, one SE does something. The other people can benefit from it. But it is a constant journey, because what we find is that there are some customers who are very cloud aware, very DevOps aware, and other customers are still stuck in the arcane language. So the biggest challenge, I would say, is less about reapplying knowledge between it, but more making sure you're talking at the right, evangelizing it to the new group of people, because you're constantly doing that. You constantly have to make sure you're on the same level as the customer, and then show them the new way, the light at the end of the tunnel.
Right. So Nutanix is easy enough to find. It's right on his shirt and Nutanix.com, I believe. But when people go there, what are they going to find? What sort of how can they sort of get started with learning about what you do, and then starting first step to work with you? How do they go about that?
So if you go to Nutanix.com, we've got a breakdown of all the products, breakdown of our solutions for different verticals or different use cases. But there's a couple of really interesting links there. First is Nutanix.com/test drive. What that allows you to do is try Nutanix software in the cloud for free. You can also download Nutanix Community Edition and run it in a VM or as an old server you have laying around. So you can really, because I can sit here and talk is easy, but using it and trying it for yourself, that's the real magic.
Yeah, do a test drive.
Test drive.
There you go. You can't beat that. Chris, thanks for joining us. For those watching live and for those watching on YouTube, thanks. For Cloud Expo TV, this is Roger Struckhoff. I think they're cheering for us.